The big day has arrived. Yes, chess lovers, today is the day we've all been waiting for a very long time. Let me introduce you to this marvel that at first glance might look like a completely normal chess set. Yes, a very beautiful chess set, but still just normal. But do you know what this marvel is hiding? Well, you're about to find out. That's right, it's the first chess set that moves completely on its own. And today, on this channel and in this video, we're gonna thoroughly review this chess set. And I'll show you where you can get it and how you can get it at the best possible price. So let's get started. This marvel we have here today is called Chestnut Move, obviously from our friends at Chestnut. If it's not Chestnut, who else would create a chess set like this? We've already seen the Chestnut Evo, the Chestnut Go. We've seen several chess sets from this brand, but today they've definitely outdone themselves. How does this chess set work? Well, it's very simple. All you have to do is connect it with these buttons here to a device. For example, as you can see here, I've connected it to my tablet. Perfect! On it, you can play against bots to practice. You can also connect online, for example, to play on chess.com, on Lichess, and you'll also have the analysis module to effectively review your games or anything else you want. As you can see, the precision is spectacular. Look, I'm gonna move this pawn and it will immediately go to its place. It also has voice recognition. That is, if you say, move the knight to f3, the knight will move to f3. One of the things that has fascinated me most about this chessboard, do you know what it is? My friend was playing in a tournament. So from the Lichess app, I pulled up his game and was able to watch the match in real time on the board. Another thing I really like about this chessboard is its, how do you say this? Its ability to reset the pieces to their starting positions. For example, I'm gonna put the pieces in the worst possible way. You know, the worst part about finishing a game is having to put all the pieces back where they started. So here, what I'm gonna do is set them up. You can set them up however you want, okay? I'm gonna set them up in the starting position just with the pawn on h3. You can do it however you like. And look how fast, just missing the king, and you'll have all the pieces in their proper places. But hey, chess teacher, let's do the most fun part, right? Now, let's see if you can actually beat this chestnut move right here. And we're gonna do it in a super fun way. How? Well, I'm gonna explain everything I do as I go, because that way, besides seeing this beautiful chess set, you'll also improve your chess skills. So come on, let's go. I'm gonna play e4, and let's see what my opponent plays. Well, in this case, my opponent is the Chestnut analysis engine, okay? He plays e5, I'll play knight to f3, and let's see what Chestnut plays. He plays knight to c6. Look how beautiful it is. The pieces move apart, right? The waters part so the knight can pass through. I'm gonna play the Italian opening, for example, okay? Oh, very important. You could also just play without touching the pieces using your device from your computer from wherever you want. But what I like is to move my own pieces and have my opponent's pieces move completely on their own. Alright, since he plays d6, okay, a Philidor defense, I'll play d4, a move I really like. He captures the pawn. Interesting, how does it capture? Just like you see here. The pieces are placed to the side and nothing at all has happened here. What I'm gonna do is capture this pawn, and now I'll leave it here as well, and my opponent plays knight to f6. Very good, this is a typical move. They let us exchange these knights to double the pawns. In case you didn't know, here it would be a good idea to capture it to double the pawns, but there are also other moves, like for example knight to c3, which is a very good move. We could castle directly. In fact, I think we're gonna castle and see what our opponent does. Alright, in this case, we see that he plays bishop to e7. Ah, he's going for a very passive structure. How should we act when our opponent stays back here? Why do I say it's a very passive structure? Oh, by the way, I'll tell you now how to get this chess set, where to get it, and don't worry, because as always when I bring you something, I always talk, okay? With the brand, so you get a special price, just for you, my followers, alright? I'll explain it to you now because it's very simple. Perfect. Whenever they play passively, meaning they don't place any piece or pawn up here on the 5th rank, right? That is, since we have more space than they do, we need to play very precisely, because if we start leaving pieces hanging, they'll be able to capture them easily. In this case, I'm going to play knight to c3 first since I don't have anything hanging. And now you're going to see how this beautiful chessboard performs castling. Sometimes the moves might seem slow, like this one for example, but it's still totally worth it not to have to move it yourself. And also, it really gives you the genuine feeling that you are actually playing against a very challenging opponent. That's incredible. It's not the same for me. That's just my opinion. Playing on a real board, than playing online. Do I love playing online? Yes. Do I like playing on a real board way more? Way, way more. I'm gonna play rook to 1. Also, look how beautiful these pieces are, right? He takes my knight with his knight. Perfect. If I make a bad move, it's fine, okay? I'm talking too much. Alright, I'm gonna play queen takes knight. And now my opponent develops his other bishop. Well, it really looks like it, doesn't it? He's gonna develop it there, and what I'm gonna do is just capture it right away. I'm gonna capture this bishop, I'll leave it here, he recaptures with his bishop too, and this has one good thing for him. He can play e5, right? And he's going to have a strong center. It's true that if he plays e5, he'll weaken the diagonal straight toward his king, but the good news for him is that he's opened the f file for his rook. And right now, this file is going to be very interesting, because it's putting pressure on my f2 square, which is only defended by my king, since this queen probably won't be here much longer. But since I don't want him to play e5, I'm going to play it myself first, which I think is a much better option. Now, he's captured my pawn, but I've achieved something really important. I've managed the following. I have this pawn completely isolated. That's why, as you can see, my opponent, in this case the awesome chestnut move, tries to trade queens, because if I capture, he'll probably be able to recapture with his pawn. But careful, if I capture the queen, my plan is as follows. I take the queen, he'll have to recapture, either with the bishop or the pawn, and then I'll be able to recapture this spot here. The other option would be to just capture the e6 pawn directly, winning a pawn as well. Because look, it would be queen takes e6 check, forcing my opponent either to move the king or to trade queens. And that's what I'm gonna do, because since I have an extra pawn, it really benefits me to trade queens. In this case, that's simply what I'm gonna do. Oh wow, I love that this just happened to me, because I accidentally bumped a tablet with my elbow and went all the way back to the beginning, but notice that absolutely nothing happens if something like this happens to you, because with just one click, the chestnut move is able to remember exactly how the position was, and in a matter of seconds, it will restore the position exactly as it was. You have to admit, it's extremely impressive what this chessboard is capable of. As you can see, I was castled and we had just captured here. What I'm gonna do now, you see? That's it, okay? Perfect. What I'm gonna do is exchange queens. He captured mine, and I still hadn't captured his. So now, he made a serious mistake there. He made a serious mistake. I don't have the difficulty set very high, okay? That's precisely because I'm talking while playing, and he just left the bishop hanging. You all will be able to adjust the difficulty, you'll be able to do all sorts of things. He's trying to trade rooks with me, which I have to do, because if, for example, I make the huge mistake of capturing this pawn, which looks like it's free, they would simply play rook to e1, checkmate, and I would lose the game instantly. As you can see, you'll be able to analyze the games, which I love, because it's not the same to analyze a game on a real board as it is on the computer, and the same goes for playing. So logically, I'm going to capture this rook, and he's going to recapture with his rook. Why? Because he wants to keep control of this file, and capturing with the knight would take too long. You can see here that he's making space so the rook that was captured can get through, right? And now what I'm gonna do, without a doubt, is start threatening, exchanging pieces, and in this way, what I'm really doing, and most importantly, is opening up my rook so I don't get hit with a devastating checkmate, which would look really bad, right friends? If the computer checkmates me here live, normally it wouldn't be a good idea to trade this bishop for this knight, but do you know why I'm gonna do it? Because I have an extra piece. So basically, it's in my interest to have fewer pieces on the board. Here's a tip for you. When you have a material advantage, what you can do is trade pieces to reach an endgame that's easier to win. One question, let me know in the comments, okay? Would you like it if in the regular videos, the ones where I teach you openings, gambits, all the things I usually show you, in one of those videos, I try out how it works against an online opponent and test it out on this board? I think it could turn out really well, don't you? First of all, before I forget, I'm going to play g3 because if I move the rook out, they're going to checkmate me. So I don't want that. Perfect. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, okay? I'm going to play rook to d1. Let's see what my opponent does. He gets out a check, because otherwise I would come over here and take a pawn. But honestly, I can still do it anyway, right? I can come over here and probably take a pawn or two. No matter how much he moves one, I'm going to take the other, right? And no matter if he moves the other one now, well, I think he moved too quickly here. There it is. I'm going to take this one too. Perfect. I don't know what happened there. Maybe I made a mistake, huh? But oh well, that's it. I'm gonna finish off this game, huh? And I'll tell you where. You could get. I'm gonna play this move. Let's see if he falls for this double attack at some point. And I'll tell you how to get it with the discount and everything. By the way, if you want this chess set, it's simply available, this is important, in Europe and the United States, and I don't know if it's available in any other countries, but in Latin America, I'm not completely sure which countries have it and which don't. So check it out if you want it, and that's it. Alright, let's do this. I'll explain how to get it, okay? Because this game is already pretty much over. Important, it's from our friends at Chestnut. So it's either the chestnut.com website or Chestnut Tech. I'm not sure. But anyway, just so there's no confusion, I'll leave the link in the description of this video and you just have to click it. But wait, because otherwise you'd get the regular price. And I want those who really want it and buy it to get a good price. First of all, you need to understand that it's an expensive chess set, all right? It's obviously an expensive chess set because not only is it made of wood, handmade, and all that, but it also has technology that no other chess set can even come close to matching, all right? So we have to acknowledge that it's an expensive chess set. That said, it wouldn't be so expensive with my discount code. I think that without any discount codes or anything, this chess set goes for over $1,000, all right? But with the discount code Chess Teacher, it's really simple, okay? When you buy it, it'll say, do you want to apply a discount coupon? That's where you enter Chess Teacher, and I think it drops to around $600 or something like that. Because they also have a promotion or something like that. That's what I've been told. So if you want it, what I would do is take advantage of the promotion. Obviously, it's just for whoever wants it. It's not mandatory or anything, okay? I'm sharing this with you because I'm sure there's someone out there who's a big fan like me and wants to have this awesome chess set at home to play, to train, or for whatever they want. So just, all you have to do is click the link in the description, alright? Of this video, and there you'll find the chess set. And not only that, but you'll also be able to use the discount code. So anyway, I'm not going to finish this game because I have an extra piece and it'll be too boring. As you can see, I have an extra piece and 3 extra pawns, so it would be way too easy to finish it. So we're gonna leave it here. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way to the end, please leave me a big like. You have no idea how much it helps me. YouTube usually doesn't recommend this kind of video, so if you give me a little help by liking or even commenting on this video to let me know what you thought, you help me way more than you think. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you love this chessboard, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow in the next video, friends. Goodbye.